Did you know that our Canadian government has committed to welcoming up to 500,000 newcomers between now and the year 2025? Savvy employers, I'm talking people leaders, HR personnel, business owners, or anyone feeling the burden of our current labor shortages, can and should find the opportunity in that. 5 million Canadians are set to retire by the end of this decade, and we already hear from employers talking about skills gaps. We need to promote pathways for skilled newcomers to offset those gaps. On that note, we need to find better pathways for people already living in Canada too, but that's another video for another day. Many people wonder if focusing on immigrant employment will diminish job availability for people born in Canada. However, they may not know that immigration already accounts for almost 100% of Canada's labor force growth, and we still have labor shortages. In other words, there is no shortage of jobs to fill, and there is plenty of work to go around. Remember what I said before about savvy employers? They are the ones diversifying their workforce and adapting their employee hiring and retention practices to stay afloat amid this labor shortage conundrum. And they're finding that hiring newcomers is good for business.
I think for all of us in the human resources world these days, we're facing a talent scarcity, and newcomer strategies really make great business sense. Not only because it's a talent pool that's available, but also because when we take a look or approach even just how they provide hospitality, it's really an important business imperative for us as we try to fill gaps in opportunities that we have, vacancies. We've looked for more diverse individuals to come and help support us with our business strategies. It's important that our employees represent our guests. When people come here, they want to ensure that they see people that look like them, that can speak their language, that really help to make it a comfortable hospitality environment.
Embracing newcomers who have internationally trained experience really brings a richness to the organization, but it also brings flexibility and creativity, because often people are coming from areas where the resources aren't as great as they are perhaps in Canada, and they've had to work within those systems and had to be creative and flexible in being able to serve the individuals that they were serving. And so when they bring those skills and that flexibility and that resourcefulness to the position, it just really enriches the organization.
Hiring newcomers not only benefits the employer through accessing new talent pools, filling job vacancies, and developing a more inclusive and innovative work environment, but it also significantly changes the lives of the individual that is immigrated and their family. Successful employment is closely tied to a newcomer's ability to participate in the social and economic aspects of our community. And that's just good humanity.
So once I came to Canada, I was blessed and fortunate to arrive to the Chesmarie Refugee Center. So my journey actually started there by being referred to local settlement organizations like the YMCA. So I did my English assessment, and then I was referred also to the Niagara Folk Arts Multicultural Center. By having institutions like Quest Community Health Center that opens the opportunity for people facing barriers and utilizing the skill that we bring as a internationally educated healthcare professional, it really means a lot. Change people's life for good.
Although many newcomers find jobs in Canada, immigrants are typically underemployed and working outside their professional area of training. In other words, their employment outcomes are inequitable. There are many reasons why this is happening. For example, internationally trained professionals experiencing a difficult or slow credential recognition process, or employers not realizing how many immigrants are in our community and not knowing how to get connected to them. So let's talk about that for a moment. The 2021 census indicates that there are approximately 83,000 immigrants in Niagara right now. That's about 1 in 5 residents. And that doesn't even capture the thousands of international students currently in training at our local post-secondary institutions, Brock University and Niagara College, or the many newcomers who are living in our community but are more transient right now. That means that there is cultural diversity among us, that should be welcomed and understood. As more newcomers arrive and bring diverse practices and norms into our neighborhoods and our workplaces, our understanding of these differences should increase as well.
Intercultural intelligence is important to businesses for a number of reasons. When we build someone into a team, we are taking the responsibility of building a community within our own business, within our walls. Understanding the differences between how we interact with the community and our different staff members, taking into consideration what their needs and wants are for them and their family to make sure that it can be a long-term relationship. That intelligence then can benefit you, because if you are working in communities where they're export or importing in goods from them, you can rely on them for advice as well and get them to be a more active team member, as they'll have expertise of where that culture they came from works and how it happens.
Intercultural intelligence describes our capacity to navigate these differences and live and work in culturally diverse settings. This leads to inclusive and welcoming work teams. Like any leadership competency, it can be learned and refined over time and positions us as employers to enable the people around us to be better.
Because when you have diverse points of view, diverse ways of approaching a particular problem or initiative or project, whatever it might be, you're going to have better informed decision making. You're also going to have maybe somebody who's tried something different that you haven't tried in your business environment. It really helps to, provide intelligence, whether it's gathering data from different data sources, whatever you can do to make sure that your project is the best, your initiative is the best, it's going to come from people, because at this point AI is not driving hospitality and the service industry, but it is people. And when you're using people, the more diverse or unique, or the more you can tap into unique talents, the better your product's going to be.
Maybe you're like these amazing employers. You're curious about how to access newcomer talent, and you want positive change in your workplace, but maybe you don't know where to start or need help to do this. Well, you've landed on the right video. We're your local Immigrant Employment Council, and we can help. Workforce Collective is part of a national network of immigrant employment councils that offers solutions, tools, and resources to help you attract, hire, and retain newcomer employees.
I think a lot of employers don't know where to begin. We understand that there's talent gaps. We understand that we can't attract, and we're looking for opportunities. And we hear things like we have, a lot of newcomers in the Niagara region. How do we tap into that? It's great to go to a third party like Workforce Collective. A lot of Niagara employers are still new to hiring or attracting newcomers. We need support with that. So that's where Workforce Collective comes in.
We hired 2 amazing candidates through Employer Link, and I would recommend all the organizations who are looking forward to hire diverse talent through the Employer Link.
As our employer friends just mentioned, we work with local partners like the YMCA of Niagara, Immigrant Employment Services, to help make these connections between immigrants who are seeking to work and employers. One of the programs you may have heard reference to is called Employer Link, which is a free service for employers to help you attract, hire, onboard, and engage qualified and skilled newcomers. We've launched a website at iecc.network where you can find resources related to recruitment and onboarding, employee development, diversity, equity, inclusion strategy, and more. If you want to talk to someone with boots on the ground in Niagara, your Immigrant Employment Council, email us at info@workforcecollective.ca. We want to help you to connect with newcomers who are seeking jobs and navigate through hiring them. We want to help you become the best workplace that you can be for the workforce of incoming new Canadians and everyone else adapting to a more globalized world. Bridging the labor shortage gap and achieving fair employment outcomes for all is a lofty and complex goal that no one of us can do alone. Let's work at this together and lead a thriving economy powered by a diverse and equitable workforce.